Okay, stating the obvious. Some people are afraid to cross the line of comfort in others, but that is not a Christian attitude. That's backwards. And what I mean is, people that want to be politically correct, for instance, don't want to disturb anybody's comfort zone. You know, don't rock the boat. But in order to get things done, you have to somewhere along the line, you have to say, hey, sin's going to take you to hell. You know, that will mess up people's comfort zones right there, you know. I'm thinking, don't let your left hand know what your right hand does. I got some things wrote down here. What does that mean? That means you got a right hand man, you got a left hand man in secret. It means when Jesus was talking about that, he said, when you're giving alms, give in secret. Don't let your right hand man know that your left hand man gave alms. You know, don't give it in secret. But back to the thing about stating the obvious, and this is pretty important because, you know, family will do this more than anybody else. Your family will do that around you. For instance, I talked to a friend of mine about hell and about heaven, and some people that's very uncomfortable subject. I've had people run me away, get extremely upset and run me away from them, and I was just talking. Things that doesn't bother me bother them terrible. But I was talking to this friend of mine, and him and I discussed, I bet you, a good 3-4 hours about if heaven is real or not. Him and his girlfriend there, and conversation started about a radio. I think it was. I was going to play a Christian song for him. Not on my radio, he said. So that started the discussion there. And we got into pretty heavy discussion. And from the way that he talked, it's like nobody ever talked to him about the Lord before. And I know that his family was Christian because or some of them were, and believed in the Lord because I talked to him about it, you know. And so we had that discussion, and at the end of it, I finally told him, he said, show me heaven and show me hell, and I'll believe. I said, well, you'll see it, but you're not going to like the way that you see it. And it's a little too late. You know, and this is what I'm saying. We let people get to that point and never say anything to, even though we know that they are headed to the wrong place, you know, hell, and we don't think much about it. Last time I seen him was at his brother's funeral, and I said, look, come and go to church with me. Oh, he says, I won't even get out of bed till noon tomorrow. You know? And that's the last I seen him. It's the last time I ever spoke to him. And I'll never speak to him again now. Not ever. Possibility of, and I'm talking about in the afterlife. I probably won't see him. I may see him on Judgment Day, and then again I may not. The righteous may not be at that judgment of the damned. They may not even be there. We don't know for sure. The Bible doesn't say. If you have loved ones that are not going to make it into heaven, family that you care about now, you may not be there in their judgment. So you may not ever see them. But I'll never see this guy again. And I was thinking the other day, I wonder if he thinks about that discussion we had, and I'm sure that he has. Wherever he's at down there, if he is down there, about a 99% chance. But I was sitting around there talking, and there must have been 10 or 12 people in the room with him when he said that, and not one of them made any kind of suggestion, because he was friends. He was a friend in the world, and they weren't really used to. They all believed. All of them believed, but that was their friend of the world. None of them said anything about, well, why don't you, or I'll get you up, or it's a good idea, or don't you know that? But anything. They could have said anything, but they all held their peace. All of them held their peace. None of them said anything about, when the Lord put this thing in us, He didn't mean for us to hold this as a secret. A lot of people think they can be a secret Christian. No such thing as a secret Christian. Absolutely not. This is a light set on a hill that cannot be hid. There's no secret Christian. Stating the obvious. Some people will try to have peace at any price, and it just don't work. Alright, God bless. Thank you for joining me. See you Monday. Another great subject. Crossing the Ministry.